Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Morgan and this is the world according to TikTok. So also with the ban and everything going on, I might change the name. So if I start saying a different name or you see the name change for the channel, don't be shocked. It's because it'll be the world according to what I changed the name to, just in case. But anyways, so for now, still the world according to TikTok. The topic today is going to be the man versus bear argument. Now, before you write your thoughts in the comments, let's just kind of see what other people have to say. Not saying that should change your mind. It should never change your mind because your mind should be your mind. You should just hear other people out. But I will say, I asked my boyfriend this question and I was very surprised by his answer because I didn't know that we were that fearful of men to the point where we feel more comfortable in the woods with a bear. I didn't know that's where we were as a society, and maybe that's just because I've been living in my own little bubble for a little while, but I would love to know your thoughts. So let's go ahead and get into the video, and then I'll share some of my thoughts at the end, and I'll look for you in the comments.
Well, I know we've all seen the video. There's a guy walking around asking women, would you rather be stuck in the woods with a man or a bear? Most of the women said a bear. I just want y'all, just hear me out. I just want y'all to slow it down and realize that social media isn't real life. You pull up all these fucking stats. 1 in 6 women will be attacked by a man in her lifetime. Only 1 in 1 million people have a chance to be attacked by a bear. Let's think about this. You live with and walk past in your life probably hundreds of thousands of men. You will probably never fucking just walk past a bear, all right? So no shit, okay? I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. The chance that I'm gonna walk up on a Kodiak bear, what the fuck? Slim to none ever in life, never. I ain't go to the zoo. Fuck is you talking about? That's one. That's proximity. The way y'all be bringing this shit up is ridiculous. The way that should have been. The way that question should have been asked, would you rather be lost in the woods with a bear that wants to kill you or a man that wants to kill you? With a bear that wants to harm you or a man that wants to harm you? That you could get the real fucking answers. I ain't never hit a woman violently. I ain't never put a violent hand on a woman. I ain't never sexually assaulted a woman. No, none of that. Ever. Now, I ain't never even called a woman out of her fucking name. Not to her face. I think all that is terrible and wrong. But y'all acting like men are scarier than bears? You ain't watched enough nature documentaries, baby. Go watch the one where they trying to get the pictures of that big-ass bear and the light from the flash scares him and a startled bear. I swear to fucking God, the earth moved when he got startled. Just go watch a few fucking videos. Boy, you dumb as hell.
Y'all doing too much. This hypothetical question about this bear versus man in the forest is about to get a lot of y'all feelings hurt. Some of y'all women, you're doing too much. You are the bear in the forest. You need to be scared of yourself. At the end of the day, a lot of y'all are running around acting like you so scared of men, acting as if you fear for your life on a day-to-day basis. Girl, men don't even pay you no mind on a day-to-day basis. You go to the mall, they ignore you. You go to the store, they ignore you. You go to the club and the lounges with your homegirls and they talk to everybody but you. Men ain't worried about you. You could be in the forest with a bear and a man and you got a better chance of the bear wanting to smash. It's almost comical listening to a group of women who invite strangers from date naps to their house to smash on the first day are scared of men. I can't tell the way y'all be getting pregnant by strangers. Men who last names you don't even know. Men who mama you don't meet until the baby shower. I can't tell you scared of these men. Not the way you be out here giving out your address so freely and letting them come over there and Netflix and chill. The way you be going over their house when you don't even know them. Jeffrey Dahmer would have a field day with this generation and somehow y'all scared of men. You scared to be in a forest with a man? Be for real. Y'all are comical. Nobody even takes you serious at this point because you're a joke. Every time you get on this internet and open up your mouth, it's a contradiction and you're...
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Man is scary. With a bear. What I've heard about bears, they don't always attack you, right? Unless you, fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
Oh, 100% a bear, which is, terrifying to say, but...
Definitely a bear. Some men are very scary out there.
A bear.
I would say a man.
Lost in the woods with a bear that wants to kill you or a man that wants to kill you.
A bear having the desire to unalive a woman is still the worst that it'll do to that woman. And possibly eat her and feed her to its cubs. But mainly that, they will maul you and then leave your body on the ground and walk away, right? There's so many methods to defending yourself from a bear. You make a lot of noise. You make yourself seem bigger. You hit the bear in the nose. There's video of people hitting bears in the nose who clearly had the desire to unalive them, but because they kicked the bear in the nose, the bear left because it was hurt. Now, in both scenarios, the woman is running away. The worst a bear will do is it's like, rah, right? It's making noise. A man chasing after a woman while she's running away, men can communicate. Unlike a bear, a man can laugh while chasing after a woman. He can say to her, shouting at her, while he's approaching her, what he plans to do to her. A bear cannot do that. A man can drag out his process of wanting to unalive a woman, purposely waiting until she gets tired and just staring at her, or, and then continuing to go after her. And then he'll do whatever he wants with her body before he unalives her. There's so many pictures of the after result of a man taking the life of a woman, and he has a bunch of scratch marks all over his body. She clearly fought back, but he didn't care. He didn't care how badly she injured him. And let's not forget, a bear can unalive you, possibly eat you. Men can also and have been cannibals. There is no creature on this planet scarier than a human because of how intelligent a human is, how intelligent a man is, how a man can make up a whole storyline in his head of what he wants to do to a woman before he unalives her. And we have millions of cases to be looked at and see what men have done to women. There are no unknowns when it comes to what a bear might do to you. But depending on the man, you have no idea what he has thought of what he wants to do before he finally takes your life. That's what you're missing. That's what you're missing because you do not experience this type of fear. You've shared how tall you are. You're over 6 foot. You shared how muscular you are. This is not a fear that you have when it comes to a man.
I finally understand.
So this is very interesting. Let's slow down because we had some very videos so far. Wow, that's a lot because there's some interesting takes. Now, the girl who was just blaming women, she just sounds really frustrated. And honestly, people were calling her the biggest pick-me on TikTok. I don't think we should call people names. I'm just saying that's what people were saying because of her viewpoint on this particular topic, if I could talk. So they were kind of saying that, she's kind of gone too far with trying to just blame women for everything and this wasn't even about us. And when I brought up her point to my boyfriend, just to see what he was going to say, he said that she missed the point. And it's weird for her to blame women when this isn't even about us. Like, it was about men, and whether we want to choose between a man and a bear, how does that come down to our fault? So yeah, we're just gonna disregard what she was saying. So not disregard it, but like, girl, come on. So the rest of him, I like what the guy who just spoke said because he brings a lot of not only science but just rationale to the reasoning as to why you might want to be in the forest alone with a bear versus a man. So we'll continue to see what other people have to say. At this point, feel free, leave me some comments, let me know what you have to say, but you might have to edit it depending. I don't know, we'll see. Let me know. Let's continue.
Women hate pick-me girls so much because this whole bear versus man trend made me realize how much I hate pandering ass pick-me dudes. If you are a man and you are saying it is safer for women to be alone in the woods with a bear rather than a man, then you are the exact type of dude they need to be worrying about. Because I'm telling you, these pick-me dudes always turn out to be weirdos. Y'all remember that one dude, Jerobe? He was like the voice of feminism in 2020. Motherfuckers were praising this man like he was the say-all be-all of equality. The reason y'all don't know about him anymore is because he got canceled for allegedly trying to lure a 17-year-old to his cabin so they could hang out. I guess this motherfucker took the hypothetical literally because he became the creepy man in the woods all the girls are worried about. And that's what I'm telling y'all, bro. It's either always the raging incels or the extreme pick-me dudes. Whenever I hear a dude say some shit like, yeah, women are way better off being left alone with a bear, that's just like the equivalent of a girl saying, I only hang out with guys because they're less drama. Man, I saw someone on this app go on here and say, men hunt people for sport. Not me. I don't know what dudes you know. Apparently she out here working with the Joker or Magneto. And this is the exact type of take some pick-me dude would agree with. But of course he's different. He's not like other guys. And if we're being honest, the debate within it's...
A bear. You would rather be stuck in the forest with a bear over a man. Let's go ahead and hang these internet conversations up right now expeditiously. This was just rage baiting at its finest, right? And I can't even entertain it because at the end of the day, we all know how thirsty women are for men. We all know how women bend over backwards for men. We all know the things that women are willing to do for men. So to believe that they'd rather be stuck in the forest with a bear rather than a man, be for real. The craziest part about the question was they never said a violent man. They never said a serial killer. They never said anything as far as the type of man that you be in the forest with. But immediately the first thing that they assumed is that the man would be more violent than the bear. As if on a day-to-day basis they fighting for their life when they dealing with men and encountering men on a day-to-day basis. I seen one woman stitch the video and she made it seem as if on a day-to-day basis she have to go through all of these different things to avoid men. You probably need to seek help, because if you're dealing with trauma that's that severe that you're scared of all men, you probably need to go talk to somebody, because I'm not discounting the fact that you may have some trauma that stems from a man, but you need to talk to somebody if it's impacting your life that seriously and drastically. I'm so tired of watching women make it seem like men are the only threats to anybody, the only violent ones, when I watch countless shows about women being violent. I just watched a video online of a woman beating on a mentally ill child on the school bus. You got countless teachers who get arrested for molesting their students. You got women out here unaliving their children, unaliving their boyfriends because they can't manipulate him or get him to do what they want him to do. So to believe that men are the only threats to anybody, the only violent ones out here, no. Bad people come in both sexes, both men and women. But to believe that y'all would rather be outside in the forest with a bear over a man, do it. Do it. I want to see you go out there in the forest, number one, by yourself, and then be out there with a bear. All right, and let's see how that goes. Let's see if that's scarier than you walking down the street. Let's see if that's scarier than you going to the grocery store and having to encounter men, and men actually having to be there. All right, y'all do the absolute most on this internet. Hang these internet conversations.
There's no way y'all would rather be trapped in the woods with a bear over a man.
When I was 12, I was waiting in line for the Popeyes chicken sandwich when I got catcalled by two grown men, and the entire restaurant laughed at me. When I was 13, I got followed around a Walmart, and the guy later on asked my mom for her number so he could get closer to me. My mom didn't give it to me. When I was 14, I got off the bus, and I was followed by a grown man who was persistent about getting my phone number. When I was 15, I was inside a Walmart trying to buy groceries for my brother, and this older man came up to me, and when I told him my age, he started screaming at me and told me I was lying. When I was 16, I was driving alone. This was actually last November. I was at a red light, and then this car with a group of guys, they pulled up, and one of them tried hitting on me, and I was like, leave me alone. And then they started screaming at me and cussing me out, so I had to speed off. In my most recent relationship, I later on found out that the stuff that happened wasn't normal, and I was in fact assaulted by the person that I loved. And even in my videos, you can see in the comments, some people are like, can I essay you or can I grape you? Yes, I know it's not all men, but I would rather pick the bear because at least the bear wouldn't get offended if I told them I was.
So I will just say that we've all, maybe not all, but some of us, I know I have been in the situation where somebody asks you for your number and you say no, and it's, oh, well, you're ugly anyway, or, oh, I didn't want you anyway, and they're offended because you've turned them down, right? I think those men are what we're afraid of being in the forest alone with. I think those are the men that everyone is kind of gravitating towards thinking about when they're asked this question because of the level of violence that we know a bear can exude. So I think that's why, but that could just be me, so I think that's I don't want to be that person to be like, not all men, but I can't lie, I'm not fighting for my life on a daily basis. I'm not fighting men, but I can understand how some people feel as though it's a little bit more serious and they're taking the conversation a lot more seriously because they've been through some things. And I mean, I'll never get into this channel on what I've been through to justify my opinion on this particular topic, and why I think it's even wild that someone who hasn't been through what I've been through is just like, oh, well, guys catcalled me and I was upset about it, or you know what I mean? And that's kind of, or they were upset and offended, so that's why I'd rather be in the forest with a bear. I don't know. And then also, like, I'm like, well, you can't figure out how to get out of, like, are we in this forest because, like, we got dropped off here by accident from, like, a plane crash? Like, are we supposed to be like having some survival skills? Can I build something? I don't know, but that's weird because I'm gonna go straight into like, can this man and I pair together to figure out how to survive while we're in the forest? Why do we automatically think that it's going to be a bad experience? Maybe this will be one of the most adventurous experiences that we ever encounter because we are learning how to survive with another human being that only brings their skills to the table. I don't know. That's just how I think of it. I think it could be an interesting, like, you can't do any of that with a bear. So I don't know how we've gotten so far removed from what it's supposed to be when men and women interact, like whether they're friends, not friends, just interacting, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. It shouldn't be a scary experience for the majority. Like, we shouldn't automatically think, oh, forest, bear, man, I would want to be in the forest with a bear. Like, that's kind of wild. Not kind of, that's very wild. And that says a lot about society. A lot. So that's as far as I'm going to dip my toe into my personal opinion. However, let's continue listening to everybody else.
Man or bear? I hadn't heard of this until my wife asked me about this a couple days ago. And she posed it to me like this. Would you rather have your daughter in the woods alone with a man or a bear? I instantly said bear. And then I thought about it. And I still said bear. I'll tell you why. My name's John. I was a police officer for 31 years, spent the last 11 in the Crimes Against Persons section, investigating all things bad that happen to people. And to say that I'm aware of the icky things that people can do to each other is an understatement. We can look at this question from a couple of different angles, like who would be the most helpful? Well, a human could be helpful. Who would potentially be the most immediately dangerous? The bear. We talk about motivation. If we're out in the woods, we're in the bear's domain. We're in his backyard, as it were. We're not in the man's backyard. So the motivation would be different. The bear kills because he's trying to protect something, or they're hungry, I would imagine. I'm not a bear expert. Men kill because they make a choice. Often men kill because they want to. Often men kill over emotion, jealousy, rage. I don't think this plays into what animals do. Animals are instinctively based. They are fight or flight. You don't harm them, they're likely not going to harm you. What I can tell you is this, is that 1 in 7 women in their lifetime, statistically, are injured by a man. And it's usually someone that they know, someone that they should trust. 1 in 7. 1 in 2 million, 2.1 million people are attacked by bears. 1 in 2.1 million. I got that last number off the internet. I hope it's right. So, my daughter, we're in the woods, alone with a man or a bear. Me understanding how men will continue to harm women at an alarming rate. I go bear every day of the week. Anybody says different is...
If you had to leave your daughter alone in the forest with a bear or a man, which would you choose?
A bear.
Why?
Because I ain't gotta worry about the bear doing nothing to my daughter.
If I survive the bear attack, I won't have to see the bear at family reunions. The worst thing the bear can do is kill me. The bear sees me as a human being. After what those men did to that monitor lizard, The bears are not safe with men either. The bear doesn't get enjoyment out of it. The bear didn't pretend to be my friend for months beforehand. No one will say that I liked the bear attack. No one will talk about the bear's bright future. If the bear and the man both want to hurt me and I scream loud enough, there's a better chance that the bear will actually run away. A bear wouldn't film it and send it to all his friends. The men getting angry at this don't realize that there are fates worse than death. Ask Junko Furuta, Sadie Robinson, Shanann Watts if they would choose the man or the bear.
Would you rather our daughter be in the woods with a bear or a man?
I would say a man.
Why?
Because I could be that man.
No, not you, a stranger.
Okay, so when I don't know.
Yeah.
Versus a brown bear.
Why does it have to be a brown bear?
I'm just assuming that's what a black bear, brown bear.
Just a bear, Kenny.
I think I would still say man.
Really? You want our 13-year-old daughter to be?
If I found a 13-year-old in the woods, I would be like, okay, let me try and help you to safety.
Aw, that's really cute.
And a bear would be like, roar, I'm gonna eat you. The odds are better with the man. The odds are better with the man.
I don't know if that's true. I think you're just assuming that all men are like you.
No, we'll just take 10 people, line up 10 men.
Oh, this is not going well.
And then say 6 out of the 10 men are good. Those are better odds than one bear.
How do you know
leaving my child with a bear. What is the bear gonna? The bear can't feed the child. The bear will eat the child.
And what might the man do to the child?
Hopefully, read stories, pass the time, and get him to safety. Walk upstream. Bears will just take you to their stream, and you just watch them eat food and stuff. Or, like I said, the bear would maul the child.
What if the man mauls the child?
Look, I got a D in stats in college, so I'm just trying to weigh my options here. The bear, it's not like Homeward Bound. A bear will kill you.
The man might kill you.
Yes, everything might kill you, but what is she gonna do? Jump up in a tree and the bear's trying to get her while a random man. Maybe the man's lost too and they can help each other out. Now, if the man was living in the woods and wanted to be away for some reason, then that would be suspect. But if they're both lost and they need to find a safe haven, the man has arms and legs. The bear, bears also have that, but they can't articulate.
Here's a shovel for your hole.
So wait. No, I want to ask you the question.
The comment section is going to have a lot of fun with you.
Wait. This is ridiculous because. So you would want our 13-year-old daughter alone with a bear in the woods?
Yes, rather than a man.
Okay, are you saying we're gonna find her within 10 hours?
You are really honing on the specifics.
I am trying to find the best situation for her to survive. The bear's not gonna keep her safe unless it's a really cool bear.
That man may also do the opposite of keeping her safe.
No, that's true, but there's better odds that the man will take her to safety.
Oh, you are so sheltered and
But the bear can't talk.
This is sad.
If we can communicate with the bear, if she can
Okay,
communicate with the
Dr.
bear.
Doolittle, that's enough of you.
I just think I think if you asked 10 other people, they would say 9 out of 10 would say the man.
So, wait, what?
People would pick the man over the bear.
No, that's so incorrect.
More than not.
The internet says otherwise.
So there's videos of this that people pick the bear?
Everybody picked the bear.
If it was a
bear versus man, let's get into it. I love that this is where we're at as a society. Everyone and their mother has talked about this video. At least that's what my algorithm is showing. But I thought I would weigh in my 2 cents. I haven't heard anyone say this. If I were to encounter a bear, I would think that a bear is not interested in attacking me. I don't think a bear is interested in eating me. I think a bear would rather have fish. I know that if a bear were to attack me, the bear could do significant damage, but I don't think the bear is inherently interested in attacking me unless I attacked the bear. Unless the bear was a mama bear and had baby bears somewhere nearby, or I was threatening to the bear. I think if I saw a bear and I said, let me go behind this tree, that bear would not then try to find me and then assault me. Do you see where I'm going with this? If I were to encounter a man in the woods, just me and this man, no one else in sight or within screaming range, I would put money on that man doing something bad to me. Because a lot of these men are only civilized and are only decent because society has only given them that choice. We have seen how men act, decent, civilized men, when they know that they have immunity to consequences. Think of celebrities or people who have a lot of power. Think of people who fly to certain islands and people who are connected in certain industries or who have a certain amount of political power. Is this not where we see the most concentration of some of the most abhorrent behaviors that men can exhibit towards women and children? Because these men know that they will probably not encounter any kind of consequences for these actions. And we've seen this recently with Diddy. So if I encountered a man in the woods and he is, due to our isolation, he could be pretty confident that he would encounter no consequences for whatever he did to me, I would put money on the fact that that man's probably going to do something bad to me. Versus a bear, unless I'm fucking with that bear, I think it would be pretty unlikely that that bear would fuck with me. Also, I don't know a single woman who has no incentive to lie to me in our casual discussions. I don't know a single woman who hasn't had something traumatic happen to her at the hands of a man, including myself. I don't know any. I don't know a single one. My mother has had experiences. My sister has had experiences. And the worst part is it's so normalized to so many of these women that they'll casually tell a story. And then I have to be like, you were assaulted, right? And they're like, they don't even know. That's how normalized it is for these things to happen to women. And we're trying to highlight that to men through this metaphor. And even through that, men are choosing to be defensive and choosing not to have any empathy towards what we're saying and choosing to internalize the message when they know good and well what we're talking about. That's why we're seeing the movements come to be that are sprouting left and right in terms of women wanting to...
If we had a little daughter and we had to leave her in the forest with either a grown man or a bear, which one would you choose?
I would say the bear, because I reckon the bear would treat, because our little daughters are young, it'd be like a cub, and it'd probably treat her the same way. Whereas a man, I would not. Why is a man in the forest the first place?
I've never thought of that.
Why is he alone in the forest? Because I'm thinking like that, The bear is naturally in the forest, because it's a bear. But the man is not meant to be there.
That's so true.
Would I rather my mom be in the woods with a guy or a creature that would hunt her, jump up?
Fellas, boys, come here. Stop obsessing over the logistics and listen to the why. You are all so focused on explaining to women why their answer is wrong instead of listening to why it's their answer. It's not about the bear. Look at me. I'm ancient, but I've managed to figure it out, okay? Instead of poking holes with but that's a wild animal and a man, and you're around men your whole life, but you're not around bears. Stop! Do something useful. Ask yourself why that is the answer most often. Or better still, ask women why it's their answer and listen to the response. Once more, for the cheap seats, it's not about the...
Hypothetical question. Your daughter is in the forest. Would you rather her be in the forest with a man or a bear?
I'd probably say a bear.
Why?
Because I know that man won't be scared of her, whereas a bear possibly could. She can make a lot of noise, and as long as she doesn't run away and trigger the bear's kill instinct, she can make a lot of noise and scare the bear off. Yeah, probably go for that. I think she's less likely to be killed by the bear, weirdly.
Why is that weird?
Oh, well. Is that right?
Why is that weird?
Why is that weird?
Why is it weird that she's less likely to be killed by the bear?
A guy's not going to be scared of a girl dating, right? I'm presuming this is an ordinary type of man. I mean, an ordinary type of man is probably the wrong thing. If it's an ordinary type of man, he would be fine because he wouldn't do anything to it. But if it's a weirdo, which is highly possible in a situation where a girl's on her own and thinks he can get away with something. I'd probably say the bear, yeah. Why?
So that brings us to the end of the compilation, but I'm going to make a point where I think it's very interesting that he said the man is more likely to do something to the girl because he thinks he could get away with it because they're in the forest. That is a very interesting viewpoint because, you know, a lot of people were saying that we live in a society where men are, you know, trying to act civilized on a day-to-day basis because that's what's acceptable in society. But what about when nobody is looking? Would you still make the same choices? So let me know in the comments down below what you think about this topic. It's a very interesting topic. It's one I don't want to get too deep into, but I would love for you to leave comments below discussing whether or not you agree or if you would choose the man or the bear and why, of course, because I mean, there's a lot of different perspectives and they're all very valid. So it's not like anybody is wrong or right. This is just how people feel based on their personal life experiences, which is just wild that we have come here as a society. But we're here now, so let's talk about it and figure out if we can even clear it up a little bit and figure out what we could do to not have these issues within society. So let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you like content like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!